Let's talk about some stock upgrades as well. We're going to do the 3 C's, but in the interest of time, because remember, we might have the president walking out in the Rose Garden, we're going to do 2. We're going to do cloud, casinos, and cars, but let's just move aside from cloud and focus more on cars and casinos. Tim Seymour, I hate these kind of, quote, upgrades. Credit Suisse upgrading Tesla, but to a neutral with a $580 price target. I mean, why?
Well, look, the numbers out of Shanghai have been off the charts. No one needs to hear my negative view on Tesla because they've heard it for a long time. I have no position in the name, so I'll cue up the hate mail. There's no way in an environment where we're worried about consumption trends that this car company is going to do well, and I think it's a product of free capital and free cash. So not a buyer. Obviously, a lot of analysts have been all over the map here. Getting to look, the moves we've had in Tesla in the last month and a half have been, even relative to Tesla, have been extraordinary. Plenty of people that are catching up right now.
All right, good stuff there. Upgrade to neutral. Now, Guy Adami. Let's move on to Citigroup. This one is an actual real upgrade. Wynn getting an upgrade at Citi because they believe that as China comes back, Macau, which is what, like 4 or 5 times bigger than Las Vegas for revenue, will come back as well. Agree or disagree with Citi's call?
I actually do. And, Wynn is a name we talked about, a few weeks ago when we were looking for sort of silver linings. I remember saying that, you know what, Brian, if you look, Wynn's had a nice bounce, and that bounce has continued, albeit, it took a pause March 26th or so at this exact level 75. But the fact that we're right back here on a tape that's seemingly impervious in a situation where maybe China is a few months ahead of us, you could get a situation where Wynn could rally another 15 or 20% on pretty much nothing. So I'm with Citi on this one, and this is a name that we've talked about for the last couple of weeks. So I'm in accord here, Brian.
Yeah, Steve Grasso got a point of view. I mean, listen, you've been to a casino. They tend to be crowded, packed in, a lot of people sitting close for a long time. What's your take?
It's funny you say that, because when we look at the airlines and we don't know what the airlines are going to look like, Guy had mentioned a couple of weeks ago whether or not there was going to actually even be a middle seat. What are these casinos going to look like? How are they going to change the footprint? How profitable per square inch are these tables going to be? Not nearly as profitable as they once were. Having said that, Las Vegas Sands, you get a lot of bang for your buck there. It has outperformed the group. If I were to buy one, I'd be a buyer of LVS versus Wynn.
LVS over Wynn. And apparently I'm told that we're just moving so quickly, Dan, Nathan. We do have time to get to that 3rd C, and that is cloud computing. Morgan Stanley on Workday talking about upgrading the software playbook, a flight to quality. Workday a part of that. Are you a buyer of that call?
Well, listen, I'm a buyer of the call. I don't think you have to buy the stock here. It broke down at that 180, 175 level, and it really got hurt. It's made its way back up there. Listen, this is an expensive stock, but it's also a really important company doing a lot of really good things. There's been some management changes over the last year. I think when the dust settles, this is the sort of company that you want to buy for that next wave of just the next wave in the economy. This secular shift is real. It's going to continue, and these guys are well positioned. It's an expensive stock, and we're going to need to see really what the earnings hit looks like for 2020 and what the pickup looks like for 2021 to get our arms around it. But to me, I like the call because it's really a sentiment play at this point, and I like the secular area where these guys play.